Welcome back to Dishing You Well. Get in here, family, because of course I got something special for y'all today. I hope everyone's enjoying their summer. It's flying by. Get your fun in while you can. It's fall to be here in no time. Today I have a quick video for y'all, and I want y'all to get in here and follow me. What I'm going to be showing you guys how to prepare today is fried cabbage. Really simple. You'll see why. And I'm gonna get right into the ingredients. What I have here today is 1 medium green cabbage. You're also going to need a 3-ounce package of smoked sausage. I'm using smoked sausage. I suggest using smoked sausage, but you can use whatever sausage you have. You want to dice it in like 1/2-inch coins like this on a slant. You're also going to need 1 medium red bell pepper. You can use green bell pepper if you don't have red or yellow. You're going to need a medium-sized onion. I'm using a Vidalian onion, and you want to dice them into strips, as you can see, and I'll show you why we're going to do that later. With that, you're going to need 1/4 to 1/2 cup of cooking oil. I'm using vegetable oil. You can use whatever cooking oil you have on hand. Depending on how much cabbage you're frying, depends on how much you're using. I'm using a medium-sized cabbage today, so I won't need but 1/4 cup of oil. You're also going to need 1/2 tablespoon of sugar. I'm using granulated sugar. You're going to need black pepper, salt, crushed red pepper, and you're going to need a little bit of accent. And that's pretty much everything you'll need to fry up your cabbage. What I'll do now is I'll show you guys how to cut and slice this cabbage. Let's go. All right. So I'm going to show you guys how you want to cut up your cabbage. It's pretty simple. You want to start by taking the cabbage from the root, where the bottom, where the stem was cut, and you want to slice it directly down the middle. It might give you a little trouble, so you might have to rotate it. After you do that, you can see where the stem is right here. You want to start by cutting that stem out, because that's the part you want to discard. You don't want to eat that part of the cabbage. So you want to basically cut that out, and we're not going to eat that. We're going to discard that. The green leaves, the outer layer, you want to go through and pick out any brown spots or spots that have been bruised, and you want to go ahead and discard that too. Then you want to go ahead, roll your cabbage, and just cut it into slices. You're going to put it, the cabbage that we're using, we're going to put into a bowl so we can thoroughly rinse it later. But as you can see, you want to take off the first few layers of the cabbage first. And it's not rocket science. Like, you don't have to have anything. You can actually cut your cabbage. You can rip your cabbage with your fingers if you want. It really wouldn't matter. It's your preference. But I'm just going through and I'm showing you the way that I like to do it, because I want my cabbage to, once it's completely done, I want it to have the shape of sort of like strips, as you can see. And you want to go through, I like to go through my cabbage, and the deep white parts I really don't like, so I always discard that. So when you do, what you do is you go through your strips, and the very white thick parts you don't really want to use. Of course some of the parts are going to be white, but the thick white parts, like the stem part right here, as you can see, you don't want to use that. It doesn't have the best flavor. I'm going to go ahead and show you again. You want to take, you can see where the stem is right here. It's like a triangle. You want to go in and hollow it out. If you cut it on both sides, it'll easily be able to just be removed. You want to discard that, and again, you're going to go through and cut this up whichever way you prefer. I prefer cutting it in strips, but you don't even need a knife, honestly. You could use your fingers and rip it up. You just want it into small pieces like this, you know. So that's pretty much it. So after we've done this side, I'm gonna Put this in some cold water, a little bit of table salt, and some vinegar, and we're going to rinse this thoroughly. Wash it, make sure there's no dirt, grime on it. We're going to wash it a few times, rinse it, drain it, and then we'll be ready to fry these bad boys up. Okay, so as you can see here, I have a large, you want to use a wide frying pan or pot to do this, because again, we're frying cabbage, we're not making cabbage soup. So I have my oil, my 1/4 cup of vegetable oil heated at the bottom of the pan, and I'm just going to add my smoked sausages in. Be careful adding them in. You want to make sure that they all get some surface frying time. And you're going to fry these up for no more than 10 minutes. 5 minutes on each side. They'll brown up really fast. You'll know they're done because they'll have like a nice brown coating on each side. So 5 minutes each side, we're going to fry these up. When I come back, I'll show you exactly how you want these sausages to look. All right, so as you can see, the sausages have browned. It's been 10 minutes and they're pretty much ready to come out. So what you want to do is you want to go in and remove the sausages from the oil like so. Make sure you get them out. But don't throw out the oil. This oil is full of flavor. You're going to need all of this flavor. This oil is going to help flavor your cabbage. So you want to set the sausages to the side, and I'll show you how to get the cabbage in. Well, first we're going to throw in the green peppers and onions. Turn down your flame to a medium low. I'm going to get my wooden spoon. And we're going to go ahead and scrape the bottom of that pan as you toss the vegetables, because you want all of that flavor. You need all of that flavor. So you want to definitely scrape all those bits of sausage from the bottom to coat your peppers and onions. And these are going to saute for no more than 5 minutes, just until they're softened a bit. They're going to cook the rest of the way inside of the cabbage, so don't overcook them. You're just going to let these saute for maybe 3 minutes actually. So I'm going to let these saute for 3 minutes. When I come back, I'll show you how we'll put this cabbage in. All right, so 3 minutes in, our onions and our peppers have softened, as you can see. And now we're ready to throw our cabbage in. So I have my cabbage set to the side, already washed, rinsed, and drained of any excess water, and we're just going to throw them right in. And here's a quick fun fact. Did you know that cabbage is probably 90% made of water? And that's the main reason why you don't want to add any water. You don't need to. You'll see how much water this cabbage produces, because cabbage is 90% made of water, along with lettuce and a few other cucumbers, a few other vegetables. So that's the reason why when you're making fried cabbage, there's no reason to add water. I've seen people add water to their cabbage. I guess they're stewing them or boiling them. There are different ways to make cabbage with smoked meat. You would add water, but today we're frying cabbage, so there's no need. Right now, before tossing the vegetables from the bottom, what you'll do is just add a lid to the pot and give it 3 or 4 minutes, because you want to let this cabbage break down a little bit, and you'll see all the juices from the liquid, well, the water from the cabbage will form to the bottom of the pan. So give it 3 minutes. I'll come back and I'll start tossing it, and I'll show you when we can start to season. Okay, so 3 minutes in, we're gonna go ahead, lift our pot, our top, and now we're gonna start. As you can see, the cabbage has already started to produce a little bit of water at the bottom of the pan, and that's gonna help, along with the steam from the lid, is gonna help the cabbage cook down. It might seem like a lot of cabbage, but this is gonna cook down to a little bit of nothing. So go ahead and start tossing the peppers and the onions from the bottom within the mixture of the cabbage. You want to get it incorporated, and you can already see how beautiful the colors are. That's why I like to use red peppers and yellow peppers when I'm making cabbage, just to give it a contrast. But after you've tossed that, you don't want to bother it. You want to basically let the steam and the juices from the bottom break the cabbage down. Don't even attempt to start seasoning yet. I'll show you exactly when you can start seasoning. I'm going to let this cook down for another 10 minutes, and I'll come back and then we can begin to season. Okay, so 10 minutes later, as you can see, the cabbage has softened a lot and it's starting to break down. You want to give it a toss. And now we're ready to start to add our seasonings. You want to go in with your 1/4 of a teaspoon of sugar. You don't want to add no more than that, because you don't want things to have, you don't want your cabbage to have a sweetness to it. I'm going to add some Himalayan pink salt, just a little at a time, because as I go, I'm going to keep tasting it. I'll know, well, you'll know what you'll need to add, but if you add too much, you can never take it back. So it's okay adding a little by little. I'm going to add some black pepper, red pepper, crushed red pepper flakes. And that's going to add to the beautiful color also. And just a little, probably a half of, maybe a pinch of accent. You're going to give that a stir. And you don't, well, I don't like to add my sausages to the maybe last 4 minutes of cooking, because I like for my sausages to keep their texture. I don't want them to mush up too much. I still want them to be fried sausages, even though we're mixing it with fried cabbage. You want to make sure that your cabbage keeps its texture. You don't need your cabbage to be too soft, because again, we're not making cabbage soup. We're making fried cabbage, so we want it to hold on to its texture. As you can see, it's broken down a lot, but you're going to have it broken down more than this. So we're going to recover it for another 10 minutes. When I come back, I'll give it a taste. We'll see what it needs, and then I'll let you guys know if it's ready to throw in the sausages. All right, so waited 10 more minutes. As you can see, the cabbage has broke down a significant amount, and now is your time to go in and give it a taste. And right away, I can see it needs a few things, and you'll know what it needs. It definitely needs salt. So we're gonna go ahead and resalt it. It needs a little bit more accent. And I want to remind you, it needs a little bit more pepper. Depending on whatever sausage smoked sausage you use, the sausage is going to add salt to your cabbage also, so keep that in mind. So we're good on red pepper flakes. I'm going to give that a stir. And also, the small amount of sugar that I added earlier helped break the cabbage down also. So this cabbage is minutes away from being done because I prefer my cabbage to still have a crunch to it. It's up to you the way you like your cabbage. Some people might like their cabbage a lot softer. I prefer mine to still have a crunch. I'm going to give it another taste. Yep. It's a tiny bit more salt. And this will cook down for the last 8 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and add the sausage in with all the drippings. That's all flavor. I'm going to add that in. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Let these guys marry in holy matrimony. Make sure that it's thoroughly combined. Then we're gonna add our lid back to the pot, let that cook down for 10 minutes, and guess what? Your fried cabbage will be done. When I come back, I'll show you exactly what that'll look like. So there we have it. Fried cabbage done the right way. Delicious, firm, never soupy. That's the way you want your fried cabbage. Again, I want to thank you guys for spending time with me in my kitchen. And if you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, so you can get notifications whenever I upload any new videos. But go ahead, make that commitment. What you waiting for? I do this for y'all and I enjoy it. So make that commitment, hit that subscribe button, because we're family. And as always, I'm dishing you well.